This episode is brought to you by Paradigm Juice Feeling Healthy Lifestyle. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the For Underdog Jaylah podcast. And here are the guys, my dad, Coach Tez, and our special guest, Triqz.
Man, Jay, that was good, Jay. That was good. So we got Triqz in the building. Triqz, first question, who is Daquan Griffin?
Daquan Griffin, I think, is a community influencer, person that really tries to see the best in people, even though we come from clearly a very dangerous area. I think just trying to spread light on our guys kind of speaks more of who I am without having anything attached. Like, I'm not trying to get NIL deals. Be a part of somebody's NIL deal, like on Asian type stuff. It's just, I can help. I bet.
Bet. So where did Triqz come from? Because that's like a nickname. So Jay, we gonna get to your nickname because I want to know what your nickname is. But where did Triqz come from?
Triqz came from, where I'm from in Harlem, when you playing street ball, your nickname got to be given to you. Right. Like, you can't just start telling people your name is. So West 4th, I grew up 2 blocks away from Brook Park, but West 4th is more of a pickup basketball court where you walking by, you can see Adam Sandler playing.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to make a name at West 4th in particular because I'm from Uptown and it's a completely different world. West 4th is on 4th Street and I'm from 153rd, so 150 blocks away. So once I went down to West 4th, there was a guy, his name is Coked Up. He's actually a street entertainer. Like, he can flip ridiculously, and he's part of he makes a lot of money every day. And he said he started calling me Tricknology. So anytime I would get out there, he was like, class in session, we got Tricknology.
Right.
So I just wanted to shorten it a little bit, and I was like, no way to use the Triqz. And
yeah,
because it was trigonometry on IG at first, and people would get too confused. I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all messing the name.
Too many syllables.
Right, too many syllables.
Too many syllables.
I understand you.
Jay, what's your nickname, Jay?
So when I was a little bit younger, I think my dad actually made this up. Little Bunny is like, because when I used to laugh, my nose used to like go up and right, it used to flare.
Okay.
It used to be Little Bunny. I made a rap about it and all that.
Oh, we gotta bring that out the archives.
I thought it had something to do with Eminem and then B-Rap.
You don't say B-Rap. Hey, yo, Lil Bunny is crazy work. She had a few though, like I think J Money was an early basketball one. That was given through the basketball world. Okay. Those people still use that, but some people do. I don't, but right. You know what I'm saying? So on here, obviously it's the Underdog Jaylah podcast. What was your underdog moment where you felt like either you was playing or you was content creating, where you felt like, dang, like Jaylah had a moment where 6th, 7th grade where she had to like realize, okay, these boys are like really looking at me crazy. I can really hoop, I can bust it. But what was your moment?
I think I'm still in it. To be honest with you, like right now, for the people I feel like should be giving and I should be rubbing shoulders with, I'm still trying to get there, though there's obviously a demographic that look up to me. But like, I feel like I'm still being underlooked by the NBA because they're using my move in NBA 2K, but they're not saying my name or referring to glitch to it. So yeah, I honestly feel like I'm still in it. I don't really get caught up into like people opinions about stuff, like whether it's like really good or really bad. I never stay too high, too low. You feel me? I
like
that.
Level. I like that. And we're going to get to the glitch thing a little bit later. But I kind of discovered you, I think COVID, you were doing Project Baltimore, right? You was going around to different houses. I think that's what it is. You break it down a little bit more. Like, what was that? Blessing kids with basketball rims and stuff like that, hoops and stuff.
So it was, I don't know why they thought the problem was basketball hoops, but they just took down all the basketball hoops that we originally put up in areas. So literally, the kids had nowhere to. The main kids that I was focused on was the kids that went to Parkville High School because they were in the state championship, but now they couldn't play because of the whole COVID. Like literally one more game, just the state champ. They said no. So those kids, I felt bad for because they still had to work to go to college the next year. Right. Whoever was going to go and play. So we had really good kid. What is his name? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, John.
Yes, Dinesh.
So I'm hearing about this kid. It's going all crazy because he just hit a buzzer beater and now he's not being able to play. So I'm confused. Like, I got to see this kid, bro.
Right.
So he was the first one that we collaborated with, and this is my very best friend, Skylar and Christian Collins. We all three got together and put the bread up to be able to put the I think it was 6 hoops. It was just seniors, and Sincere Bark.
Yeah,
he was the only.
Yes,
Sincere was the only one that I was like, all right, that hoop might have helped this kid. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a basketball in return or something like that when you make it big. But that was the essence of it. It was just trying to get back to the kids who was actually needing it at the time. Like, they didn't have anywhere to hoop.
I come from New York to Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, you probably gonna say like, oh, okay, yeah, it just was a change of environment, but why New York to Baltimore?
Honestly, I don't think anybody could have guessed the reason why. My aunt got ahead, so my family moved because my mother, who's the oldest of 3 girls, she felt like she had to be up for her little sister. My aunt, she got shot in her head by her boyfriend when she tried to leave him. And at that time, I was actually a really well-known dancer. I created the Harlem Shake era. Like, I created that here because the person who created it, that came from Harlem, I used to just follow this guy around. He was a drunk. His name was Al B. And he walked into Rucker Park and he started dancing. And that day, I just happened to be going in behind him. Didn't know I was on live TV or anything like that. But the next day, my family from down south was calling like, "You're on NBA TV." Wow. And so now I become like the Harlem Shake kid. So I was paid from like 6 to 8 to go to to Rucker Park to be doing the Harlem Shake. All that shit got shut down when
They expect that, right?
my aunt, she ended up getting shot. So absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it makes sense. I can see it. You know what I'm saying?
I had no business of basketball. This is before I started the basketball.
Okay.
I was just running around the area, Harlem shaking, fighting, the regular stuff. Yeah. The most basketball I touched was shooting into like the garbage because I wasn't able to, hit a 10-foot rim. So we used to shoot at the garbage. Mm-hmm. There was no basketball going on. But yeah, my first time coming here I was moved to Bell North and Monument Street in the middle of drug infested.
You was thrown right into it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm learning about down the hill and over east and over west. So that's what originally brought me to Baltimore.
So obviously you see New York basketball in all our different opinions, parent, player, a video content creator, and coach. The Baltimore basketball scene. We got to get spicy real quick. What are y'all honest opinion on the Baltimore basketball scene? What does it lack? What does it need more of? Why do our kids feel the need to go to other places? I mean, I think that's the question that a lot of people need to answer. So in y'all opinion, what you think?
I'm gonna go from a spectating / coach. It's the lack of camaraderie, right? I feel like we lack that. I'm okay with this person being better than me. You know what I mean? That type of feeling. Like, I don't think Baltimore is okay with having role players. I think everyone wants to be the man. You know what I mean? Whether it be, on a team or on a CEO of the program or whatever, stature. It's just a, I want to pull you down type of
to pull me back up.
And it's crazy to me, man. And I always told myself this, because I'm from Jersey and, I'm like the only family that I have here in Baltimore. Everybody else is back up Jersey or PA. So for me, my kids and my little small family in our village is all we had. So I do a very well job of keeping, those type of people away from us, right? So when I naturally meet someone and if you can feel their energy, we kind of gyrate towards them. You know what I mean? But it's just bad. I hate it. I don't even know. I just hate it so much. Dude, I feel like it's just going, and it's not even being saved right now.
No.
Like it's on the decline still. I do. I feel like it's on the decline.
As a coach, though, right? I look at it as everybody's trying to save Baltimore basketball.
Yes.
And it's so crazy because y'all are not given the perfect vision for it. Like, everybody is going, oh, well, no, we need this player. No, we need that player. We don't have an EYBL team here anymore.
Got to develop.
You know what I'm saying? And why is that? Because we don't have a trusted source that's going to develop these kids, right?
Yes.
Why does Takeover? Why is Durant? Why is Fairfax? Because I don't care if they have losing years. They have trusted people that have foundations with these kids. Whereas though
that's been there.
Yeah. You got kids like us. Like Angel Reese played for Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to know that. Like, she didn't play for Thrills. She didn't play for, she played with the Maryland Bells, but the Maryland Bells is not really considered
the grassroots.
Yeah.
Grassroots.
So
it's a grassroots.
That's what I'm looking at. Like, in your opinion, what do you see it, content creating? Why do these kids feel the need to go other places?
Man, with me just jumping in it 2 years ago, I can't necessarily understand why kids leave after success here because they are coming to look here. Like the highest Division I recruits, they get recruited out of the DMV. Like it's insane. And I've been able to go around and record it to be able to witness it. Like, all right, now we definitely got the best guys. I think as far as the loyalty, that's what it comes down to.
Yes.
People are like so wish-washy with their loyalty that it gives these kids opportunity to leave because somebody from another state be saying something that you've been wanting to hear a coach say from back home. You never heard it. It's like, I bet. Like, and there's a lot of names to throw around in that on why these guys are out of town, and it's different reasons. But like, I've seen somewhere I'm just like, bro, this don't make sense. Like, do you understand that if you would have just stayed here, like your role, your confidence that you get to build, the support that you have home, all that. I'm gonna tell you why it matters, because like people don't know why I came to Baltimore, right? I was forced to. I didn't want to. In my preference, I would have a kid and he would stay in that place to build a huge support system, and then we can build this up. Right. I kept on moving back. So like my life was my apartment when my aunt, she got shot, 2000. We came out here. Then I went back to Harlem the very next year, and our apartment burned down. So right then and there, we moved into a shelter for the rest of that year. I'm in a shelter for 3rd grade dealing with that stuff.
Right.
4th grade, I come back to Baltimore. I go to William Packer. 5th grade, now I'm from Harlem. 5th grade, I go back and I'm living in the Bronx. That's like being in Dominican Republic. I've never seen this many Spanish people in my life. I'm like, so now I'm there for 3 years. And then 8th grade, I'm at Lock Raven Academy. I'm in Baltimore County. 9th grade, I'm back in Long Island. I want to try to live with my dad. Didn't work out. 10th grade, 11th, 12th, I'm at Parkville. So this is before social media, where I'm new kid. I'm not getting a chance to build up my support system.
Right.
Though I'm a good athlete. So like I say, it's super important to build that support system so that you have that type of momentum. People can hear those from across the country. Yo, this kid from XYZ is dropping 50. You go to his game, you see the environment. Like, so now I'm making sure I do my job to build up that environment by giving them a platform on the social media,
right,
to where people look forward to see him. Even if you didn't see him before, now you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like that. Jay, what you think, man? From a athlete perspective, like, you got a lot of success at Mount Carmel, but you play for Philly Rise.
I think it played, like, why girls leave so much is because there's not an EYBL team here in Baltimore. So girls have to go travel however far to go play somewhere. And I feel like back to what, I forgot who said it, but you were like, yeah, you said the support system. I played for Philly Rise my 8th grade years. It's not like, it's just hard. It's hard because it's not an EY. Like, I would love to go drive 50 minutes away for practice instead of driving an hour and 30. So it's like, I don't know. It's more of like just trusting the people you're around, and yeah, just staying with that, I guess.
It's definitely political for sure, but I just feel like if we had more resources, like you said, you're creating a resource for these kids out here, because now they don't have to go this place. Like, there was a person, matter of fact, we talked to him, Brand Switchology. Switchology was really big back in COVID for Virginia and DC. We didn't have that up here. They would have like Switchology open runs, and these kids are still getting on. And I'm like, hold on, Baltimore don't have that. Why? Because the resources are just not there, right? So that just kind of pivoted us to, saw a video you posted, the parent was going off, he was wrestling or whatever. Are parents ruining youth sports? That's the question, right? And I want to hear from you, because you be on the sideline, you be playing. I know you be hearing people, they hating in the comments, right? You hear about it. And then we got to hear from you, because I know you get slack all the time.
Man, that is my least favorite part of what I do, is that I can't teach this class yet up until I built the course, but people don't understand content creating. This is all marketing. Like, the way that TV started, soap operas was the number one thing, was the first thing on TV. Television, their main thing was they were just trying to sell soap. That's how it all started. It was drama around, you were just seeing different products, and then you weren't knowing why you were seeing these different products, but you probably eventually bought those products. You feel me? Just subconsciously. So like, social media, people not understanding that everything that you put out there can be used against you. So when you put a negative comment under a kid screenshot, you could delete it. Too bad. It happened.
Yes, already.
I already sent it to my uncle and them. They hollering at your uncles.
Shared 1,000 times.
I'm gonna be able to teach a class to show these kids how they can benefit from it, as well as show it how it can hurt you.
Right.
Like, why are you posting you live with all your friends and they are smoking weed and things like that? What are you trying college? You thought you was going to college?
Well, talk about it.
You cursing and stuff on social media. Like, so for the parents, my advice to the parents, please be as involved and in control for what your kids are doing on social media, because it's super dangerous. Like, the parents are even worse because they don't understand it, and then they doubling down. That's my baby XYZ. Is like, you're also hurting your kids' chances, because a coach sees that and is like, I will never deal with that.
Exactly.
It's not worth it.
Exactly.
So I say yes. I say parents are ruining it for these kids, as far as what you say, how you treat coaches, how you treat referees, is all going to hurt your kid.
Absolutely.
And you're not playing. You don't play.
To be honest, I think it's kind of mixed, because it's like people on the sideline or parents on the sideline, like if you're screaming, you gotta know what you're talking about. Like
I'll drink to that.
I'm not gonna say hate, but I don't like delusional parents. Like, you're delusional, like you're mad about something.
Hey, yo, she preaching. Finish your thought, Jay. Finish it. Get it off.
You're mad about like something that your daughter's not doing, or the coach is not putting her in the game, or whatever the case may be, but it's like, it's your daughter. So it's like, you're just delusional, and you're just creating drama. Like, I'm gonna say more of the yes side, that they're ruining it, but it's kind of like, you gotta know what you're talking about.
Is that hard for, like, because you obviously, if you play with teammates and their parents are making it hard for them, and it's hard, and you like, dang, I can't, because her father in the ear, that probably make it hard for you to play with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. All right. So we're going to switch to a lighter. We're going to play a game, this or that. So you got to pick one or the other, kind of explain.
Okay.
All right. So purple bag of Skittles or sour Skittles?
Dang. I remember when Sour Skittles first came out, so I'm going to stay loyal to
Sour.
how old I am. Nah, you know what? Purple bag, wild berry.
I'll go purple too, just because I eat it so much. Like, we have in the vending machines, we got purple Skittles, so I eat it so much.
That's where all your money.
How much they charging for it now?
Yeah, they did.
15.
Who? 15?
For a bag of Skittles. Yeah. They got air in it.
I'm going sour. I might go sour though. I'm a sour.
Yeah. It got a little bit more flavor, but I got
Just hit it.
Yeah.
I think the purple got a little bit more in the than the sour bag too.
It do.
Maybe shaking the spoon on the sour.
All right. Double rims or single bouncy rims? And I know double rims are the way you learn to shoot, get that arc up. So double rims or single bouncy rims. Now, St. Francis rims are just too bouncy. You got to really practice that. I hated playing there, coaching there. So double rims or single bouncy rims?
Single.
Single?
Yeah, I go single.
So, yeah.
I'm old school.
You going double?
I'm going double. I come from the you know what I mean? Black top.
I'm going to the cup 9 times out of 10. We outside.
Yeah.
I'll take the double rim. It's Gucci.
Especially it's Tide ball game. We ain't winning by 2. You get that double, boy, you be mad. High tops or low tops?
Low. I hate.
Yeah, I'm a Kobe guy. I'm a Kobe.
That's where it started.
Big start where it started. You going high?
See, it was unheard of hooping low tops.
Right.
You know what I mean? You looking like you had on soccer shoes if you played
Right.
back then. You know, but now I do like the look of low top. So if I'm gonna have to go low now.
With the look.
Yes.
Okay, with performance, you will go high.
I don't know.
Safety, injury, you going high.
You going high?
I'm going high. But back in, I had young ankles. Yeah, I'd probably
go low.
Bloodline?
Yeah, Kobe's was everything, man.
Kobe.
And they were light if you was, I'm pretty sure we all was a little light on our feet back then. So
It's a fact.
yeah,
I've never had none. You know, man. I didn't have no Kobe's. I've never had Kobe.
he wasn't a jumper chick.
No.
He didn't get off the run.
No.
And the last thing, ball is life or overtime as far as the biggest impact that it had on the hooping culture.
Well, I don't think that's close. Man.
Now, she don't know about ball is life.
Okay, so I will easily say ball is life. It is not remotely close, in my opinion. I know with overtime they were OTE, but like the fact of it is today, if OT nearly has no impact. I seen them make a kid turn to football. Like, what?
Well, Ja, right? The big guy, yeah.
I would be livid if I was his parents. I just tell y'all.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking motherfucker. Nothing. Like,
Yeah.
Just situations like that, and ball's life has evolved with the one-on-one basketball era, because there was a time where one-on-one basketball wasn't looked at as a serious thing. And but you would have conversations where people were saying like, yo, Anthony is more aggressive of a scorer than LeBron. I'll take Carmelo. But people can clearly see that LeBron is a better around.
You don't like that. You don't like that. By the way, who's your GOAT? Who's your GOAT?
Who's my GOAT?
Yeah, who's your GOAT?
Jeez.
In the NBA.
In the NBA, yeah, it's going to be LeBron James.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be LeBron James.
Why though?
Just all around. If we talking, I really enjoy the IQ of players. I go to games.
Yeah, he has.
See if the game is being just played the right way. A guy like Carmelo, I would like to see him go for 50, but it can be a lot of bad shots.
Yeah.
In that 50.
Yes.
It's not a ton of that with LeBron. So I enjoy how he gets everybody else involved as well as the
See, like, oh yes. Yeah, I got one. Probably got somebody to agree with.
And I'm truly I speak on what I see, not what somebody else told me. I mean, so as much as I would like to have the effect, I mean, the Michael Jordan like impact that the people who actually lived through it, I can't. Like, I can't get his hype. I've seen this guy though. I'm just like, yo, bro, he about to go to Miami?
Oh, you're a little young. How old are you?
I just turned 31.
Okay.
Who's y'all GOAT?
I'm MJ.
I'm a Dwayne Wade fan.
Let me say this before I say anything. I did not know LeBron James was a human being before Dwayne Wade was my favorite player. I had no idea. I'm from Harlem. I only saw the Heat because they played against the Nets in the playoffs. That was the tickets we could afford. So we went over to Jersey. It was like $5 for playoff tickets. And I saw D Wade bust Vince Carter ass. That's it. And then I woke up and I found out about LeBron James.
Dwayne Wade, I'm talking about when he was called Flash. Like, he was like that.
Yeah, Dwayne was bouncy.
Like that. I mean, could dunk on you, could pull up. He's also 6'3", 6'4", right? A little 6'3" side. So for him to do all the things that he did, you like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is 6'8". You're supposed to be touching this side of the rim and touching this side of the rim at the side of the backboard at the same time. Like, yeah, I mean.
That wasn't impressive to you?
No. You 6'3", you doing that, boy? Yeah. So you got an event coming up, bro. Like, kind of promote it. What is it about? What are you looking for out of it? I'm looking at the comments. I'm like, yo, that person won't do well at that event. But, you know, I want you to go look at it. You're crazy.
So this is the thing. This is an invite-only event. I've been going around to be able to capture what I feel is the best, well, who are the best players. The players, and when you're talking about rosters, just have to look at the player of the games from this whole year. And a lot of those guys are going to be the ones that's invited. It's not necessarily about your name. And I thought about a lot of different things. So I want to have a girl 1v1. I want to have a boys 1v1. I want to have a 3-point showcase. I want to explain what that is, because it's not a typical 3-point shootout, as well as the high school game, which I didn't explain anyone the format, but we're here, so I'll give it to y'all. So I want boys and girls to always be able to work together and know that it's okay to work together outside of, you know. Exactly. So I want to have the 2 20-minute halves. The first 10 minutes is going to be the guys. The second half, so we have 5 guys, 5 girls on both teams. The girls, same score. They're playing together. They're working towards getting a better score than the previous. So if you had to make up the boys, X, Y, Z. And then when the half starts, the girls started, and then the guys finish.
Is there a destination number?
No.
Okay.
This is just 10 minutes.
Okay.
As soon as they're 10 minutes,
it's like a real game. Quarter, 5.
I thought it was gonna be like the All-Star where they get you like a number and then.
But yeah, I want to leave that out because I want them to seriously compete, because all of these kids that are participating, it's going to be put out on social media and it's going to get a lot of views. So yeah, I want it to be a dope event that shows camaraderie amongst the boys and the girls in Baltimore.
3-point, what are the rules to that? How are you?
Okay, so this is my whole thought process behind this. I feel like the NBA evolved with what the All-Star Weekend was. So the All-Star Weekend used to be the skills challenge. 9 times out of 10 it'd be like Steve Nash and them, you know, the smaller guards. And then now you got like Giannis. So it evolved. They changed what they do in it. Dunk contest started out with, you know, just ridiculous dunks, Dominique Wilkins. Now you have props. So that's evolved. Only thing that hasn't changed at all is a 3-point contest.
Right.
But the 3-point shooters have. So back in the day when it was like, sure, Steve Kerr, right? he was not taking more than 5 dribbles a game. Now all of the best shooters are off the dribble.
Absolutely.
Why the fuck have we not implemented that into the NBA All-Star Week? You have to start. So my first round, because you take the same amount of shots. You take 30 shots. So you're taking 2 at each spot of the 5. You're going to go around 3 times. So the first time you go around, these are set shots. The second time you go around, it's off a dribble move of my choice. So I started off with in and out cross, jump.
Ooh.
And then
Realistic.
Exactly. And then the last one is off of 1 foot. You would not, no one would guess that everyone's best round has been off of 1 foot. The game has evolved tremendously. So these guys are more used to sidestep than they're not taking shots that way.
That's crazy. I don't know. I like that, though.
It's different.
Because when you get in the game, you know, working on trainers and all that, they working off of the one, being able to hezzy, being able to whatever. Nah, that's smart, man. I think that's going to go up. I think a lot of the high school guys will actually like that format because they don't see it.
Facts.
That's like generational. Armand, you ever got kicked out of the game as a spectator?
No.
As a coach.
Chill on me. Chill on me.
How they do it? They walked up to you.
What, as a coach?
Yeah.
No, I had got into something prior to the game starting. It's a wild parent, you know how I go. But, you know, you got to let them know you don't be one of those, you know. But anyway, no, I've never been kicked out as a spectator.
Okay.
No.
So as a content creator, man was on the phone. Yo, you saw that video? I said, I'm gonna see if he want to talk about it, man, because that school for me, like, why turn that publicity down? You know, that's a school that everybody considers,
And they having a great year.
a public. It's like a public-private school because you got to test to get in.
Exactly.
So why not accept that? In your opinion?
Well, man, this is hilarious, bro, because it's so discriminative. Okay, she don't know me. I know that she doesn't know me. I never saw this woman a day in my life. So when I walk into the gym, when I enter the gym, I tell my media, second, third, they let me in. Every time, just like when y'all walk into a place, well, now, say you walk into a basketball event, that's a girls' event with Jaylah. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a lot of people who know who she is.
Yeah.
You're going to feel people looking at you.
Yeah.
Right? Depending on who you are, you handle it certain ways. For me, when I walk into a high school event, I know I'm a decently big content creator, so it's probably going to be kids there that know me. They yell my name, things of that nature. I naturally just go around the whole court just to film everybody that's there, everything that's going on. And then I go to wherever I'm seated at.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even do that. I'll just go straight to my seat. So I'm on my way to loop back around, and I shake the coach hand, and then the principal, she shakes my hand. She's like, hey, who are you with? So when she said that, I was getting the vibe. She wants to try to connect me to somebody or some type of company, which, you know, no one can do with me. I'm my own entity. So I tell her, like, she's like, are you with the Sun? Or I know, but they wrote an article about me. Like, no, I'm just Triqz. Like, well, how can I help you? Well, you have an odor. Have you been smoking something before you? Have you been smoking something before? Are you okay? Am I okay? I'm great. Like, what? Well, we actually don't have people in here who are like under the influence. I'm under the influence. Are you? I said, ma'am, I'm a fairly big content creator. You know, I'm kind of like trying to give her like an outing, like, what are you saying right now? And what are you accusing me of? And what are you saying you normally implement? So what she was saying is basically anyone that comes in or attempts to come into that gym that she feels smell like of anything that she doesn't like, you're out of there. So that's what she was getting to. So I just kept my cool and just kept recording. The previous part that I told y'all about, I didn't put that in there because there's lawyers that reached out to me that like, hey man, don't say nothing else to anybody. Like, we're going to take care of you. We're going to make sure that this is handled properly. Like, there's like legit legal action being, because she attempted to humiliate me in front of a large part of my following.
Right.
Their star player, Matthew Foley, had asked me to come out. So I told him, yeah, even though the JV championship was going on in the city. So that happened good enough time for me to be able to make the JV championship. Look at God.
Yeah. Things always happen in the right time, the right place.
I want to say this though. I remember meeting the guy from Rare Footage, right? And I always felt like, obviously we wasn't from the Philadelphia area, right? But we were just playing for a Philly team last summer. But he's from the Philadelphia area, so it's easier for him to handle that area. You know what I'm saying? And I always used to say, I was like, yo, this is before I met you, right? I was like, we don't have somebody that's trying to do what he's trying to do in this area, right? I always felt like that. I was like, man, right? I've never even heard of you, but prior to her going into high school, then I was like, oh, okay, right? But I always felt like that. I was like, yo, it's just nobody that's trying to do what he was trying to do up there, down this way. But now I see the vision, right? I'm like, man, it's going to be something good, man. I always felt like we just needed somebody that was willing to put the light on what is in here in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
And I told y'all that part of the story because I want people to know out there, whoever sees this podcast, to know, like, I just came in from work. Like, that kid didn't pay me to be there. You feel me? I'm a handyman to the day that pays for me to be able to pop out. Like, if people think me charging people $100 is paying my bills, like, they're losing their mind. That's just like, I'm trying not to break or make people feel like they're breaking the bank, but at the same time, I know my worth.
Exactly.
There's not many videographers that have Baller's Life next after ESPN Sports Center following them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not a whole lot. So I say that to say, out of the kindness of my heart, I was at Eastern Tech, fresh out of work, never in my house, like, working. It's other people's house. So I naturally smell like whatever that house smells like, whatever house I just...
Exactly.
So I say that to say, to accuse somebody of being under the influence as a principal might not have been the best idea. And I didn't even put that out for social media. I just left the exact of why she kicked me out, because she couldn't have a conversation with me off of camera. I don't talk to any adults off camera at a kids event. I rarely talk to adults. Like, what am I talking about you? I mean, what am I talking to you for?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that all, like, correlates to what exactly happened, as well as my decision to put it out there. Because initially, I'll tell y'all something, I got discriminated against at Patapsco.
Okay.
And I never put it out because I said, they don't deserve the light.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, y'all don't even deserve the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have that. And it was the same lady. It was for basketball and football. It's the AD up there. I said, dag, I feel bad for these kids because if they do have a kid, nobody will ever know.
No, and that's the crazy part about it, boy. So back in the day, I feel like everybody didn't get a highlight tape, right? You had to be like,
That hurt.
you know what I'm saying?
I had to be.
So you out here getting right, like we mentioned Baller's Life, we mentioned all this other stuff. He didn't do that for everybody. What is it like now? And I don't know, you can speak to as well, because sometimes people just pull up the J game and just take pictures and they tagging her out of nowhere. What is it like now, bro? Like, they just hitting you up, hey, come to my game, and you get there, it's a snort fest. It's like the score is 10-5
In the halftime.
at halftime. Like, what is that?
It happened to me only one time.
I did too, folks.
One time. And you know what's wild? Is I was just going there out of the kindness of my heart. The kid didn't pay me. I didn't even realize that it was the same kid who been reaching out to me, asking me. He reached out to me and said, I'm the most underrated player in the city. I said, okay.
It's a big sentence.
Yeah, no, that was a big sentence. But, I was like, as long as the 150 there, I'll come. Like,
Right.
So I went to go see, I'll tell you my mindset. Coach Tree had just got chosen for the McDonald's All-American coach.
Yeah.
Right. So I wanted to do like a little interview with him. And so I looked up their next game. They happened to be playing against that team. So I popped out. I go there and it's 14-11 at halftime. Just couldn't. I was having such a hard time watching this game and not feel like I thought I was being punked. You might not know what punked is.
Yeah.
It's a prank show. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow. But at the same time, there was a kid who was shooting a ton of shots, and I had no problem with that. Like I said, I care about good basketball being played. So I was just staring at the coach.
It's the culture.
I'm just like, why is everybody acting so normal? Like, this normally be happening. And so the video, like, they see the visual with the kid and people aren't listening. I was only talking about the coach. The visual is what the coach is implementing.
Right.
You shoot as many shots as you would like to. Whoever else, y'all, we gonna sub y'all though.
Yeah. We got to rotate this.
Yeah.
The game get a little boring, and I think that's the culture of the coaching, because there are so many games. Like, you already marking off that's a dub before the season even start. That's bad. Nobody wants to see bad basketball, and I hate that about, I guess, the city. It's not as competitive. Back in the day, you had guys like Will Barton who went to Lake Clifton, who could have went to any private school, and they made Josh Selby.
He was gonna come play with us.
You see what I'm saying, bro? It was different.
Oh, I'm never gonna see the ball.
Oh, he was going to Parkville, right? Oh, yeah.
Josh Selby had an option when he was #1 ranked in the nation on what school he was going to next, and he came to Parkville for a workout, and I was like, "Please leave, bro.
Yeah. Please leave." Yeah.
He wasn't doing anything.
He left the Matha?
Yes, this is directly after he met the Matha, and then he took Parkville with him to Lake Clifton. He took 2 players. I got Pee Wee. Pee Wee ended up going to Pittsburgh, and Jeff Fields, both really good players.
Okay. Hey, so another little segment. Jay, we're gonna start with you. Down 2. We're in the timeout. 10 seconds left. Take me through. And I know you always hate when I say this. We always break down in the car like, "Yo, what you doing? What are you doing? Talk me through it."
Down.
Down 2. 10 seconds left. You timeout.
Okay. Do I want to go for the win or the tie?
Kind of killer are you?
The dog is you. Yeah.
Kind of killer are you?
Hey, and you're away. You're away right now.
On the road?
You're on the road.
So overtime might be, you might.
I got to go into consideration.
What you doing, Jay? What you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go for the tie.
Go for the tie. What you doing? Break it down.
I'm going to go. I'm in the corner. The girl has the ball. You come off the handoff. The girl sets the screen. I'm just going to attack.
Oh, you getting downhill?
Yeah.
Then we get to the line.
I like that.
I could dig it.
Okay. What you got, man?
This play lives rent-free in my head. I'm going to call it the Josiah Legree play.
Okay.
And this is regional championship. We played at Parkville. We played against Delaney.
Okay.
And we were down by 2. Karan Smith was the player of the year that year.
I remember Karan.
All right. But out of nowhere, Josiah found himself. And by the end of the year, we didn't know who was the best.
Right. Yeah.
So the play was drawn up for Karan to take the handoff and shoot the 3. Josiah fakes the handoff. Both defenders go flying to Karan. Wide open 3 ball. Time to go home.
And he went for the win.
He went for the win. We are down 2. That lives rent-free in my head as far as this kid got balls.
Yeah. Oh, that's a killer.
That's a stone cold killer.
Big dog, what you got, man? Down 2. You don't have G on your team, though.
Dang. Just in my life.
You got G on your team. You coaching the boys.
Okay. We're going to go with a play. I forget what we called this. But this team used to play in the zone like a 2-3, right? Yeah. Let's say they in the zone. They in zone or man?
Ooh, they going man, yo. I just feel like people play.
Yeah, we struggle. We struggle with man. All right, we're gonna go man. All right, I'm gonna put G on the point. I got Joel. All right, yeah, I got Joel then too. All right. So I had two little killers, right? So all right, G got the ball. Let's say my bigs comes up. I got the who was the big name? Chase. No, we're gonna go with Chase. We're gonna go with that the year before that team. So we're gonna bring Chase up to run the pick and roll. G comes off the pick and roll. I know he ain't looking to score. We all know that, right? So he comes off the pick and roll. He gonna look like he is, but he ain't. You know what I'm saying? Draws the defense for the help. He gonna kick the man Joel, and I'm trusting Joel for the mid range. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna take the 3. He gonna one dribble, pull up for the mid range. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. I like Joel.
Everybody is saying except for Triqz. Triqz said he going for the 3.
Yeah, he going for the year.
Yeah, you getting down here. All right, Jay, tell everybody what our one-on-one record is, because I believe I'm up.
Excuse me.
Triqz, so normally when you play one-on-one, right, if I go to 3 and I beat you to 3, and then you say, let's go to 5, and I beat you to 5, that's a series. I won 2 out of that series. Right?
Overall score. The overall, it was 7-6. I won.
Okay. You came from the grave.
Listen, I can't win if somebody keep throwing the ball in my chest saying, not winning until I go home. I drink Pepsi and Sprite all day. You play basketball, right? Like
for a living.
Yeah. So that brings us to a one-on-one, because you're like now big in the one-on-one community. First of all, what's glitch move?
So the Glitch Mob is a community I started of people who show love to the move that I created. It's an ISO series, actually. I've now counted 82 counters out of it. So people kind of fell in love with the one version that they saw Rob Cologne do. And everything's like super spiritual when it comes to that move, bro. It's so wild. I created it 4 months before it went viral, but it went viral the day that my little brother passed away, which was July 27th.
Nothing behind it.
Yeah, literally just a year and a half ago. Well, now 2 years. So, like, that was just super wild. Okay, this is like the rebirth. This is something that I carry on for the rest of my life, bro. Because, like, now kids, everywhere I go, like, it's like, oh, can you show me how to do the glitch? I'm like, man, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. It just makes me think of my little brother all the time, man.
So, do you have any girls in the glitch mob? Because I think somebody might be interested.
Yeah. But
We gotta show her that move.
absolutely. I look forward to getting in the gym with Jaylah because she works so well off of the pick and roll. That move is designed for pick and roll. A lot of people, as far as defenders, they look for the out. So as soon as whoever you're guarding looks like they're not in scoring position, they're ready to rest. Like, all right, I get to chill for a second. So it's a mind trick. Once you, just like anything else, out of sight, out of mind, when you don't see someone's eyes, you don't see the ball, you kind of miss it. So once you see the ball, you get excited again, you might reach, and then you get crossed.
Now you're going crazy. So, last thing, 4 different perspectives again. How does one gain exposure and get to the level where, all right, so Jay, you're rising up, right? You got the pod, are you getting looked at by several colleges? If you could tell somebody who were younger, 6th grade, hey, how do I do it? What would you say?
Put the work in behind scenes. That's what people don't really see. The work that you put, and really just like block out all the haters, the background noise. Just listen to, what did you tell me the other day? You were like,
It's right here. I was ready for it.
Yeah. I could dig that.
Just hand it to him. Let me scroll back up. But you said put the work in. Yeah, because people don't understand, right? The first time we were here and we recorded it, after we we did the pure raw thing before. We came here, recorded, and then that night we were in the gym. So it was a saying, right? It's called expectation, reality, doubt, right?
that is not the one I said.
What you talking about?
Go up.
Oh, it's yours?
Yeah, mine.
I got a running little list. I like that.
She said focus, hungry, and humble.
Right.
That was her. Yes.
What's the meaning behind it?
Go back up. What were we talking about?
Yeah.
So how did it come up?
You said, let's make this saying. Oh, I had said I was proud of you. I said, I'm beyond proud of you. Stay the course. Trust the voices you have around you. Stay focused, stay hungry, and stay up.
The voices you have around you.
That's what I said to you. Trust the people that's around you, the voices that you're hearing, right? Just trust those people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as a parent, what do you feel like? Parent coming to you, hey, how do I get my kid?
One, I think the parent has to be willing to sacrifice as well, right? Obviously, they don't drive. Obviously, they don't have jobs. So the parent has to be dang near just as dedicated as the player, right? So, it's a grind. It's a process, right? I tell my son this all the time. He doesn't stick with things long enough to see the result. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be willing to say, hey, I'm going to dedicate 6 months of this. And then, once kids start seeing results, they become addicted to that part. And that's kind of what happened with Jaylah. She fell in love with the results of what she was putting in. And now the process became addictive to her. You know what I'm saying? But like my little saying, is, it was what I said just now. It was expectation, reality, and then doubt, right? So the meaning behind that for me is, and I was using that from a parent's perspective, right? So I think parents set expectations for their kids, right? Whether it's a good one or a bad one, right? Or they're too high or too low, right? Whatever the case may be. But then the reality sets in, right? So we're going to use this for example. The expectation is high. The player isn't that caliber of player, but the expectation is high. This player now realizes the reality of this expectation is far. I can't reach it. Now the doubt sets in. You get what I'm saying?
But then parents, you can't really do that because it puts so much pressure on the players.
Yeah.
The expectation.
So you got to have a good expectation.
Yes. That's the whole, the expectation has to be obtainable.
Listen,
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to.
Realistic. Yes. Great word. Yes.
Because delusion, I think
Yes.
we was talking about delusion is a sickness now.
It is.
Because now you're thinking like my daughter. I would never say be like Jaylah.
Right.
Why? Because
Never
Jaylah.
compare.
You know what I'm saying?
Never
You can do
compare.
things like her, like you can have her athletic ability or you can have this. But why would I train you like I train Jaylah? Because that's two different players. You like I've learned now working with her is okay, she can do this, she can do that. I might train another kid so totally different because I know what Jaylah needs. And then we might be working out before a game. She might see this before she see that. Other people don't do that.
Right.
It's just that type of thing. So what do you like? What would your advice be to another, parent, kid come up to you? Hey, I want to pay you this. Just give me all this. What would you tell them first before you take them on that journey?
They hinted on some really good points towards that. I would say realistic positive reinforcement. So what I give kids is positive reinforcement with the videos. It's like, all right, you did well in the game. The positive reinforcement is the immediate, is the views and shit that you get behind it. So that has a dopamine.
Yeah.
It's like you said, once you see her start doing well, and in real life, she can see it as well. Shit, I'm actually good. Like, I'm actually better than all of these girls to the point where I can only compete with the guys. I get it. I bet. I'm locked in. Some people don't get that moment. It's like some people, actually most people, they just fit in. It's very rare that, that's why I say, oh, you're the one. It's like, yeah.
Right.
I never see anything like you. When you're hearing statements like that, it's like, okay, you don't necessarily want to full on believe them, but hear what people are saying and learn how to maneuver from them. Because I've seen some people, 9th grade, 10th grade, they're being told they're. Yeah. So once they get to 11th grade, they're like, man, I'm not. And now you're getting, now the competition is caught up.
Yeah.
And now you have this unrealistic confidence that's now not coachable.
You're speaking now.
So a lot of these, it's I'm careful with my wording because I know it's so powerful.
Yeah.
With these kids, they listen to everything and they grasp on to what they want to grasp onto. So it is very dangerous. It's definitely very dangerous. And I don't play with kids, Yeah. I like to talk to parents. That, like, I'll ask you, if you want a tape,
Yes.
have your parent reach out to me, just like right now. I love the parents, all of the parents that I'm dealing with right now. And that's literally probably, I don't know if we heading out, but one of the last things I'm going to say is it's super important to be involved. Like, don't just think, oh, I don't know anything about basketball. He got it. Because most of the kids that I see that are excelling in this, as far as like the investment behind them, have both parents involved. I've only been around for 2 years. Like, I'm only speaking from experience. I have no biases. I don't have my own child. So I'm only speaking on what I see. The people who parents are involved, those are the ones that's going.
Because they invested.
Investment. Invest in those kids, man.
Got you. All right. So before we get out of here, Jay, what could you and Trace, what could you guys say if you had a moment to say something to your younger self? What would you tell them right now for the moment that you're in, the moment that you're about to go to? Jaylah is the 6-7-year-old kid that's trying to play. She's dribbling off her foot, running into the brick wall, getting a shot blocked by Coach Tez. What you tell her? You know what I'm saying? I thought that. Yeah, you thought everything was good.
Just stay focused, man. Just stay focused. Like, keep your goal your goal.
Keep the main thing the main thing. You got to put that on somewhere. Keep your goal your goal. Not nobody else's goal, but your goal. Yeah. What about you?
I would probably say just to get 1% better every day. You never think that you're just this god. Like, you can always get better. Like, I chopped it up with her immediately after she nearly had a triple-double in her very first championship game. I'm like, you're always going to miss shots in this. Like, you obviously got better things to work on, but like, everyone knows that now you're next up. Even though those people might look up to you here, bring yourself here so that you could keep on to stay on that trajectory.
I know you're normally one asking the questions. You got any questions for Armand, Jay, or me?
Right. Yeah, how many minutes we got? I got a ton of questions for y'all, man. Where you get that sweatshirt from? I like that one too. Yeah, coming out with shit like that. Jaylah, when we gonna get in the gym? We got a glitch mob session going on. We got the same shoes and whatnot. Swing game.
They close it out.
Thank y'all for watching the 4 Underdog Podcast.
Yeah, we out here.